Scene script. Have you ever pondered the significance of habits in our lives? How much of our success or failure can be attributed to these seemingly small daily routines? Imagine a world where your actions are driven by a series of small, seemingly insignificant habits. Imagine how your life would change if you focused on improving by just 1% every day. Doesn't sound like much, right? But here's the fascinating fact. If you consistently get 1% better each day for a full year, you would end up 37 times better by the end of that year. It's easy to overlook the importance of these small habits, to underestimate their role in our lives. We often get caught up in the allure of a single defining moment, of a grand gesture, or a monumental achievement. But it's the small, incremental improvements that truly make a difference in the long run. These minor changes, these 1% improvements, they might not seem notable or even noticeable at first. But over time, their impact is astounding. They accumulate, building momentum, driving us towards success. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill, starting small but growing larger and faster with each revolution. And it doesn't matter where you are right now. Maybe you're at the top of your game, or perhaps you're struggling, feeling like you're stuck in a rut. Regardless of your current situation, the critical question is not where you are, but where you're heading. Are your daily habits pushing you towards success, or are they holding you back? Don't underestimate the power of small habits. Embrace the concept of 1% improvements. Make it your mission to get 1% better every day, to harness the power of small habits to drive big changes. Remember, it's not about where you are right now, but whether your habits are steering you towards success. Focus on getting 1% better every day. We've all set goals, haven't we? But how often have we found ourselves falling short? Perhaps it's not the goal that's the issue, but the system we have in place. Picture this. You're on a voyage. Your goal is the destination, the island of success where you want to dock your ship. Yet the system is the sails, the compass, the rudder, everything that propels your ship towards that island. Without a strong system, the most appealing goal can seem unreachable, like a mirage in the distance. Goals are about the results you want to achieve. They're the end point, the finish line. They're important, yes, but they're not the whole story. Systems, on the other hand, are about the processes that lead to those results. They're the journey, the steps you take every day to get closer to your goal. Here's where the real magic happens. If you're having trouble changing your habits, the problem isn't you. It's not that you're not strong enough, smart enough, or disciplined enough. The problem is your system. Bad habits repeat themselves again and again, not because you don't want to change, but because you have the wrong system for change. Imagine you're trying to lose weight. If your system involves depriving yourself of food, you might lose a few pounds, but you'll likely gain it all back because your method is unsustainable. A better system might involve learning about nutrition, cooking healthy meals, and finding a type of exercise you enjoy. This system addresses the root of the problem and leads to lasting change. The thing about systems is that they're not sexy. They're not a quick fix. They're slow, steady, and often boring. But they're also powerful, transformative, and ultimately the most reliable way to reach your goals. So let's rethink the way we approach our ambitions. Instead of fixating on the goal, let's pour our energy into crafting a sustainable and efficient system. Because remember, you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. So let's focus on building a robust system that fosters good habits and breaks the bad ones. What if I told you that your habits are a mirror image of who you believe you are? Intriguing, right? This is the core concept behind identity-based habits, a notion that can truly revolutionize the way we approach self-improvement. Our current behaviors, whether we're aware of it or not, are a direct reflection of our existing identity. Each habit, each pattern of behavior, is a testament to the person we believe ourselves to be. If we see ourselves as health-conscious, we might habitually choose a salad over a burger. If we identify as a reader, we might naturally gravitate towards grabbing a book in our idle time. But here's the real game changer. To alter our behavior for the long haul, we need to start by reshaping our identity. We need to shift our beliefs about who we are, and that's where identity-based habits come into play. Building identity-based habits starts with deciding the type of person you want to be. It's about looking inward and asking yourself, who do I aspire to become? Do you want to be a person who values fitness, someone who prioritizes knowledge, or maybe someone who thrives in organized environments? Once you've determined your desired identity, the next step is to prove it to yourself with small wins. Let's say you want to be a person who values fitness. Start with small, manageable habits like a 10-minute walk every day or choosing water over soda. These small victories may seem insignificant, but they're crucial in reinforcing your new identity. The more you repeat these habits, the more they'll start to weave themselves into the fabric of your identity. And as these habits solidify, they'll naturally guide your behavior towards that of your desired self. With each habit you adopt, and each small win you achieve, you're casting a vote for the person you aim to become. It's a gradual process, but over time, these votes accumulate, and your new identity begins to take shape. Your identity emerges out of your habits. Each action is a vote for the type of person you aspire to become. So decide who you want to be and prove it to yourself with small wins. Now that we understand the power of habits, the question is, how do we build better ones? Well, the process of building a habit can be divided into 4 simple steps: cue, craving, response, and reward. The cue triggers your brain to initiate a behavior. It's a bit of information that predicts a reward. Your mornings might start with the cue of an alarm ringing, leading to the craving, which is the motivational force behind every habit. You crave the feeling of being alert and awake. The response is the actual habit you perform, which may be stretching, taking a shower, or perhaps brewing a cup of coffee. And finally, the reward. This is the end goal of every habit, the satisfying sip of your morning coffee perhaps that tells your brain, this behavior is worth remembering. Breaking down a habit into these fundamental parts can help us understand it, and consequently, improve it. Habits are a powerful tool. Use them wisely, and they can be your stepping stones to success.